problems, one after another, start piling up over the years. Questions begin to form. Why? How? Did I do something to cause the health problems? Approximately 7 years ago, I began to change my perspective on the intake of diet soda due to the discovery of health issues. Curiosity led me to do some research on artificial sweeteners. I discovered some information on how unhealthy this item can be for our health. Now, let's examine artificial sweeteners. They are used to fill a need for the diabetics. According to the American Diabetes Association, food and drinks that use artificial sweeteners are another option that may curb your cravings for something sweet. They also use this sweetener to curb or lose weight. There are several FDA approved options. Number one is asulfame potassium, which is also called asulfame K. Number two is aspartame. Number three, I remember this one from childhood when my grandmother was diabetic and she used saccharin. Number four is sucralose. And number five, I have never ever heard of it. It's neotame. There is more to the artificial sweetener than meets the eye. While researching for this speech, I found an article by Susan Scotty, who wrote her article called Four Dangerous Effects of Artificial Sweeteners on Your Health. This statement correlates what I had learned in my previous research many years ago. And she states, truth is, when it comes to artificially sweetened beverages, as few as one, just one of these drinks per day may be enough to significantly increase the risk for a number of health problems. I drink this much diet soda a day, if not more. She lists the items that could be problems for your health. Number one is weight gain. There are studies that show consuming diet products can lead to gaining weight instead of losing it. Now, according to the website from the Dr. Oz show, new research shows that artificial sweeteners stimulate taste receptors and that sense sweetness in both the esophagus and the stomach. The pancreas releases insulin. Chemicals are sent to the brain's satiation center, and it becomes confused. Is the body receiving calories or not? This results in feeling hungrier and less full, which leads to weight gain. Number two is metabolic syndrome. This includes a group of conditions, and one is increased blood pressure, two is high blood sugar levels, three is excess body fat around your waist, and number four lists abnormal cholesterol levels, which can increase the risk of a stroke, heart disease, and other diseases. Now, number three on our list is type 2 diabetes. When consuming products with artificial sweeteners, the risk of developing this disease is higher. Number four is hypertension and cardiovascular disease. Consuming more than two 2 beverages a day has been shown that coronary heart disease is greatly increased in women. So, because of my research, I decided to quit drinking products that include artificial sweetener. And that was soda also. Another thing that soda did was it upset my stomach because of the acid in it. And I had to take medicine because my stomach burned and churned all the time. Also, I was diagnosed with small vessel disease in my brain, and at the time the doctor said that it was unusual for a person of my age to get this disease because it's usually for elderly people. Now, when I grocery shop, I look at the ingredients list. I carefully read these labels. I buy ingredients that contain real sugar. I know too much of that is not good for you, but that's a subject for another day. Look for the signs that say low fat or no fat when you're reading the labels, and this shows you that it contains an artificial sweetener. With all of this in mind, please think about some of your health problems and then check your food labels. I really believe there is a correlation between our health problems and how food is prepared or the ingredients that it contains. Please do not just blow this off as hot air. There are many problems that need to be addressed with artificial sweeteners. And as I have mentioned before, some of them are weight gain, the metabolic syndrome, type 2 diabetes, hypertension, and cardiovascular disease. My future son-in-law also had many medical problems, and over the last 2 years, he has changed his eating habits. The first year, he lost over 100 pounds and has more energy than he had in years. Remember, without your health, the world can be a very, very difficult world to navigate in.